push the right button.
I don't know what just fucking happened. Anyway, welcome to the Spooky Stonerzzz podcast. I'm Lindsey.
And I'm Denah.
On this podcast, we talk about witchy and spooky shit that we love to talk about and hopefully you love to listen to. And as the title of our podcast insinuates, we do all this while smoking a little hash. So buckle up, riff-raffs, and let's go.
Riff-raffs, I like that.
Yeah.
Riff-raff, street red.
Oh my gosh, that's where I got it from.
Don't buy that. Oh, is that legal? Oh, yeah. Y'all can't hear. Y'all don't understand.
It was also like 3
seconds. Not
seconds.
even the right chords.
Not even the right chords. Not even the right words.
It is the right words. I'm a phenomenal lyricist. Yeah. I remember words real good.
It's like Sims. You actually sing the song, but in Sims.
Yeah. Whoop, flop. I can't speak Simmies.
Me neither.
You sure are. What if we did a whole episode in Simmies?
No,
that would be really obnoxious.
It would. And then, of course, it would have the baby crying.
Oh my gosh.
Wake up at that at 7 in the morning because your kid decided to play the PlayStation.
I'm officially done with babies as of today and bringing that thing to you.
Yes, because I got a kitty from Denah's litter.
Yes.
From Maggie.
Yeah, from my Maggie Moo. Named after Maggie Smith, obviously.
Yep.
The queen of the world.
And my kitten's name is Quinn, after Harley Quinn, because she has like a little 2-color head and ears. So it looks like she has pigtails. Obviously, because she has ears.
Yeah. She's a calico. Maggie's a calico, and so this summer in total I've had 1, 2, 3, 4, like 4 or 5 calicos to rehome.
Yeah. They're great.
Yeah.
So she's chilling in my bathroom. She has the litter and I bought a cat bed because obviously you have to buy a cat bed.
Yeah.
Even though they don't use it. They'd rather have a box or a bag or a pile of clothes. But I bought one, and so she has all the things that she needs in the bathroom, and she's going to stay there for a day. If Kuro ever gets around that flipping bathroom door, that's part of the system.
Yeah, he will.
Eventually. I don't know.
I'll be like, hold on, why is this door closed to me? I don't think he's noticed that yet.
Yeah, because he's been in the living room this whole time.
Yeah.
So anyway. Yeah.
So tell me about your adventures.
Oh, yeah. I got back yesterday from my sister's house. We went Christmas shopping, and holy crap, it was intense.
Yeah.
Like,
you also didn't medicate it all the whole time.
No.
Too, so that's the whole thing.
No, like, because the impulse to buy stuff on a whim opens wide open when I smoke or when I drink. And so I think I had like 1 drink over the whole 4-day weekend, and I didn't have any weed.
Yeah.
Because I knew if I did it, then I would end up buying like $500 worth of candy or something. And
I just realized you didn't have any weed for days, and I just gave you 5 milligrams.
Oh, I smoked earlier today.
I know, but still, you haven't had any edibles in days.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
You're going to sleep so good tonight.
I actually told Philip before we walked into the studio. I was like, this is going to be amazingly awesome or amazingly horrible.
I think awesome, probably, because it's always awesome.
We'll see. But yeah, we went shopping, went to IKEA for the first time.
So what's the food situation at IKEA? Because I'm all the time hearing about like IKEA's food. I
have no fucking idea. We didn't do the food.
Okay, but there's food there?
Yeah, there's like a little. It's kind of like have you been into Sam's Club?
Yeah.
And how they have that little area with the counter with the food?
Yeah.
It's kind of like that, I think.
Do you remember when Target had popcorn instead of Starbucks?
Yeah.
Back in the day, or like a hot dog, or like movie theater food, basically.
Yeah.
For you to walk around with.
Yep. I remember there was one. Wait, you were talking about Kmart, right?
No, I was talking about Target.
Oh, Target? Okay.
Because now they all got Starbucks and not like the Target food spot.
Yeah,
where you could get like slushies and a pretzel.
Maybe it was Target that had a Little Caesars in it. I don't know. I remember one time I went to like Utah maybe, and they had a Little Caesars in the Target or the Kmart or whatever. And we stopped having Little Caesars here in Florida, or at least where I lived. And so I got so excited. And so I think I got Little Caesars like twice on that vacation because we just went into the little Kmart, got some Little Caesars.
I like Little Caesars. Little Caesars is good. They've got a good pretzel crust pizza now.
Mm-hmm.
but you have to call ahead. It's not one of the hot and readies.
Yeah.
Which is also, I think, genius.
Yeah.
Hot and ready pizzas, especially for like stoners. Drive-through hot and ready pizza, you kidding me?
Or moms that like don't want to cook.
Or stoner moms.
Or stoner moms.
Like me. I'm going to be getting me 2 hot and readies. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm going to call ahead and order on Friday. Because I want a pretzel crust.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about that earlier. How nice it is of sober me to take care of stoned me. And for stoned me to take care of sober me.
That's very good.
It's like sober me buys all the things that stoned me wants. And then stoned me does all the actual tasks.
See, I'm the opposite. Sober me is like, sober me wants to eat strawberries and bananas and have all the fruit and salad, and then like I get stoned, and then I'm like, where's the fucking chocolate?
Oh yeah, I don't. I just let myself buy chocolate.
Yeah.
I got these really, really good oatmeal pumpkin cookies.
Oh yeah?
That are like good for you. So I cheat. I get the healthy, gross stuff. Like the bad for you healthy shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where they're like, I mean, that's not really that healthy. And I'm like, it's healthier than Oreos.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Like,
pretty
much.
It's a baby step in the right direction.
It's still a win.
Yeah. Okay. While we're on the subject of winter.
Oh, we were on the subject of winter.
I'm changing it a little. Did you really like that segue?
It was amazing.
Was it really good?
It was amazingly awesome or amazingly horrible.
Should I start doing TED Talks on how to give segues?
Sure. Yeah.
Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Goodbye. I saw this one TED Talk about like how to give a TED Talk.
Yeah.
And the guy was like, so if you talk really animatedly and move your hands around a lot, people will think that you're really saying something. But if you've noticed, I've spent this whole 2 minutes talking and I haven't actually said a single thing, but you're really engaged because I'm moving my voice up and down and I'm moving my hands around.
Yeah.
I was like, this is the dumbest thing I've ever watched.
If you keep on pacing back and forth, it looks like you're engaging to the audience.
Right. I think it was like a 10-minute TED Talk about how he hadn't said anything yet.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like nothing actually. He'd just been talking about how he was talking.
Yeah. He was like, you think I would be saying something very interesting right now because my hands are near my face, but I am not.
I'm actually really boring. That's me in a nutshell.
Got it.
Segues. Here we go.
Yeah. Back to winter.
Well, winter is hard.
Yeah.
Winter is the worst, I think. But also, it technically hasn't even started yet.
Yay.
Because you know when winter starts?
When?
On December 21st.
What?
On the winter solstice.
That's crazy.
Which is when there is like 16 fucking hours of darkness and 8 hours of light. If you're lucky enough to live somewhere where you get light at all.
Mm-hmm.
Because further north from us, they get no light.
Yeah.
It's that time of year. Which is disgusting. It's not how people are meant to live. And I hate it.
Well, a lot of people in those areas, they actually have like major depression and have the highest suicide rates.
I believe
it's because the fucking sun is gone.
The Shining?
Yeah, The Shining.
Yeah. Makes 1,000,000,000% sense to me. If I was stuck in some ski cabin by myself, yeah, I'm murdering everybody. Sorry. Sorry, not sorry. Shouldn't have stuck me there.
That actually is going to be one of my stories eventually. Is
The Shining?
The hotel that The Shining was recorded in.
Nice.
Or not recorded in.
That was the weirdest
based off
movie.
of.
That was such an odd movie.
Yeah.
But
I've never actually watched it.
Oh, you should.
I know. It's one of those movies that I'm like, I'm going to watch it this Halloween, and then I get crazy.
Oh, no, it's a Christmas movie.
It's a Christmas movie?
Oh, yeah, it's a Christmas movie, for sure. They're like locked up there in the middle of the winter.
Well, it's
all snowy and gross.
Well, I just know about the snow.
Oh, yeah, I'd say it's a Christmas movie. Because it's snowy.
Yeah.
But yeah, winter sucks, but it's about to be here. So buckle up.
Got it.
Get pumped. Let's talk about Yule.
My brain keeps on wanting to go back, and I'm like, nope. Focus.
Back to where?
The Shining Hotel.
Oh.
Because then I'm like, yeah, and 30 Seconds to Mars.
I need to rewatch that movie because I don't remember if it was like a haunted movie or a murdery movie or both movie.
I think it's both.
Or like a possession or a poltergeist, or if it was just that kid being fucking weird as shit.
What kid?
The kid in the movie, he's weird. He's a weird kid.
There's
And there's like a cook, but not a cook.
I don't know.
And there's twins, but there's not twins.
I remember the twins. I remember there's a kid on a bike
and then, like,
thing.
Yeah, that's the kid. Their kid.
So they have a kid?
Yeah, so it's like this couple, and they go out there.
I only knew about the couple, and that the man of the couple is like writing a book or something like that, and yeah.
Oh, I don't remember.
And then
he's abusive as fuck. They talk about it like before they even go up there about how abusive he is and how she's like, we're working on it. And then they're like, cool, let's go isolate for 3 months. And I'm like, girl, no.
No.
Absolutely not. Homegirl.
Absolutely not.
All of the, like, where's the red flag guy? Madam.
Ma'am.
He says the funniest stuff. I can't think.
I am more terrified than a woodchuck without a chuck.
Yeah. He said a lot of things. He said they were his grandmother's sayings. And he goes, well, yeah. The beginning of that movie, it's very like, what could possibly go wrong?
Yeah.
Everything.
But I know some of that movie also because it's referenced in Ready Player One, the movie.
Oh.
Like, he goes into the Shining movie in the game. It's weird. You have to watch the movie. But even better, you should read the book because the book is so fucking awesome. But The Shining isn't in the book.
Oh. What is in the book?
Other movies from the 80s.
Which one? What did they use instead of The Shining?
Oh, they didn't. No, it wasn't like any scary movie at all, I don't think.
Oh, that's lame.
I'm trying to remember what movies they were doing, but I don't remember now. Anyway.
Should we segue?
Segue again. Let's go.
Should I?
So, just like The Shining, it is winter. Got it.
And here's Johnny. But, so, yeah, this
also, did you know he was like an actual fireman, and so he kept on breaking the pop door like really bad?
Yeah, and she was like actually really freaking terrified because she was like, dude, it's pretend.
Yeah.
Like, we're just playing.
Yeah.
I think that would be the hardest thing for me. Because, like, I did high school theater and stuff, but, like, a grown adult being super serious in a pretend situation, I'm going to laugh at you.
Yeah.
Like, that's dumb. Like, if some guy was chasing me with an axe for pretend and, like, actually yelling at me, I would have to laugh because otherwise I'd freak out.
Yeah. Pretty much.
That's how that's going to have to work.
So, winter.
Yule. The solstice is on the 21st.
Okay.
So, it's the longest night of the year.
Yay.
Right? But it's also a day for celebration. Because technically what this means is, so every day since the equinox, since Mabon,
okay,
every day since then, we've been losing sunlight. Right?
Got it. Since Ravon, we've been losing light.
Well, really since the summer solstice,
yeah,
we've been losing sunlight. But since Mabon at the equinox, it's been like noticeably.
Yeah. And daylight savings time.
Right. Oh my God, I hate daylight savings time. It's so hard for me to like function as a human in the dark. Like, yeah. I can't do it. I'm not made for that. But it's fine. We'll be fine. Because we have Yule to look forward to.
Yay. I think I already did that to Yule.
Ooh.
Let me do another sound effect. Every time we say Yule, I do like another one.
That would be great.
I'll get the soundboard, get involved doing cheers.
Yeah.
Be like, yay.
Oh my gosh. A round of applause for Yule.
Yay.
I lost my train of thought there. It went choo-choo right up to the North Pole.
Yep.
Speaking of the North Pole.
Yes.
No, we shouldn't. We should get into Yule first.
Yeah.
And then we'll get into Santa and all the things. So here's the thing about Yule.
Yule is not in the North Pole?
It is. But it's not. But listen. Every single culture and religion around the world has some kind of holiday.
Yeah.
For winter. Because, let me tell you why. Winter sucks ass. Okay?
Yep.
And December 21st, the solstice, is right there in the thick of, like, you know what? It's dark and it's cold and doesn't this suck? And so every single culture and religion around the world recognized we need to give people something to look forward to or they're going to kill themselves during this dark, shitty time. And so every single culture has some sort of, you've got Hanukkah, you've got Kwanzaa, you've got Christmas, you've got Yule. I mean, There's billions of trillions of them. And what's interesting too is in the reverse. So for the southern hemisphere right now, obviously it's warm and they're about to have their summer solstice. But when they have their winter, they also have different celebrations for winter because it's a shitty time.
Got it.
And you got to do something to feel better.
Got it.
And I think it's like I think it's really interesting that every society like acknowledges that. And so that's why we shouldn't feel bad if we have seasonal depression, okay?
Got it.
Because winter sucks.
Yep.
This is my PSA.
So smoke some. It'll make it easier.
Also, all of my dispensaries have had indica on sale, and I'm like, guys, I'm already sleepy. Like, I'm already going to be ready for bed at 7 because it got dark at 4, okay? But they're not listening to me about that. So,
nope.
Rude.
You should get a Karen haircut and go in there and ask to speak to the manager.
Oh my gosh. Can you imagine going into the dispensary and asking to speak to a manager? Everyone would just be giggling the whole time.
Yeah, pretty much.
We're all stoned. It'd be like, listen.
No, what they would do is they would act more stoned than what they actually are. Because obviously they're probably using, if they're at the dispensary, taking smoke breaks and whatever.
Yeah.
And so, like, she'd come in and be like, I need to talk to the manager. And they'd be like, what? And she'd be like, I need to talk to the manager. I'd be like, what? I need to talk to the manager. What?
I went in there the other day.
Can I talk to someone else? And then get the guy next to them and says, hey, she wants to talk to you. And so then she'd be like, I want to talk to the manager. And the second guy would be like, what?
I went in there the other day and they had friggin' Sublime playing. And I was like, you guys, we can't be this obvious. Okay.
Why? Literally, there's pot leaves everywhere.
No, I was just like, this is what they expect us to have playing in here. Okay. Like,
why not?
Play Olivia Rodrigo. Bob Marley, yeah. Stuff like that. Every time it's playing in there, I'm like, we are fitting into this stereotype. But also, I play banjo music out in the woods just to scare people off, so.
Oh, so the banjos are yours?
Sometimes.
Okay.
Sometimes they're other people. Sometimes other people really are doing it, and I'm like, yes, freak people out.
Keep them away.
Yeah, because, I'm not totally feral, but I definitely have neighbors that are.
Yeah.
Like, I definitely have neighbors who have never had a bank account.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, on the fringe of society. And that's cool. I like having those neighbors because they think I'm one of them, and I'm like, sure, don't talk to me. I'm that part of fringe on society. But you know what we're here to talk about right now?
Yule.
Yay! Woohoo!
Woo!
So, now we have to talk about Christmas, too.
Okay.
I try not to get heated because it's fine. I really don't mind as a pagan that churches put up Christmas trees. What bothers me is when they are like, but also the gays are bad. And I'm like, okay, you can't, you either follow the Bible word for word or you don't. And if you follow the Bible word for word, homie was in a desert. Like, where are you getting your Christmas tree from? What do you think that has to do with Jesus?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me tell you what it has to do with Jesus. Nothing.
No Jesus.
The trees were popularized to Christians in the 1830s by Queen Victoria, one of them. One of the Queen Victorias who went to Germany and saw one and was like, oh, I want one in the palace.
Yeah.
And now everybody got one.
Everyone
White people.
got one.
This is why people hate the
British. It's the
original
Keeping Up with the Joneses.
Yeah, exactly. Because the Queen got a Christmas tree, so now everyone gets a Christmas tree. Even Charlie Brown gets a Christmas tree. And it's Christmas tree is not an actual thing. You're getting a Yule tree.
Yeah.
You look dumb.
It's not Christmas. It's Yule.
It's not. I would say a solid 90% of what we today associate with Christmas has nothing to do with Christmas.
Well, yeah, definitely.
And are all totally taken from other things.
Yeah, other than an actual Christmas pageant and being nice, like the charitable part, I think might be because Jesus was born in a manger, and so the innkeeper let them be there and all that stuff. So I think that's basically it. Yeah,
but everything else, gift giving, is from Yule. Because it used to be, okay, listen. The ancient Yule is 12 days. which is...
So 12 days of Christmas?
Yes. Also, I saw a TikTok or something that was talking about every single one of those is birds. It's like 145 birds. Like the 12 ladies dancing, that's a type of bird.
Oh, is it?
Ladies dancing bird.
What
Pipers
about
piping, piper bird.
drummers drumming?
Mm-hmm. That's a bird.
Oh, really?
Yep, they're all birds. By the end of it, you have like 140 something birds in a tree. Because you do the pear tree.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, just fun fact. It's all birds.
Wait, what about the golden rings?
They're birds. They're all birds.
Oh, okay.
Every single one of them.
But what about...
Yeah, even those ones. The maids of milking. Yeah, because I thought, like, obviously those are dairy women from Wisconsin or something.
Yeah.
That's what maids of milking are. What do you mean? No, they're birds. Lords of leaping? Birds.
But lords.
Nope. Birds.
But rings.
Birds. I know.
I'm going to have to Google this.
I know.
I'm going to have to fact check you later.
You know, you can. That's fine. But they are all birds. It's from Yule, basically. It's when you used to give people game to get through the winter. Because you still have like 3 months of fucking darkness, really.
Yeah.
Even though they're like, woohoo, we're getting a minute more of sunlight every day after this.
Yay!
It's still a long time
Yeah.
until it's nice. So you get 140 something birds, right? And you're already frozen, so you can freeze them
Yeah.
outside.
Just
And
throw
then you
them in
got
the
meat
snow.
for the winter. You're good.
As long as the woodchuck doesn't get it.
Yeah. I mean, I guess back in the day they had some sort of, they figured it out. Honestly, we're here now talking on these weird microphone things. Our ancient ancestors got something right.
They got something right.
Even if it was just fucking the smartest guy in the village so that the next kid could be smarter.
Was it fuck the smartest guy or fuck as many and hopefully get one of the smart guys?
No, because you want the smartest one to actually give you the seed.
Oh, true.
The seed. The seed of life. Gross. Sperm.
Ew.
Anywho, actual Yule comes from the Norse or Scandinavian ancients.
Yay, it's my homies.
Yes. Obviously there's also like Saturnluna from the Roman.
Okay.
Which is also basically Yule, but
different
in the
name.
Roman tradition. Like I said, literally everyone has some sort of winter holiday.
Yep.
I think it's just that's why I don't like it when people are like, oh, you should say Merry Christmas instead of Happy Holidays, or say Happy Hanukkah. Just say whatever you celebrate. And I'm like, I don't. It's all the same.
That's why I'm super happy with Happy Holidays.
Yeah.
Whichever one you're celebrating, I am happy for you.
Yeah, enjoy.
Enjoy.
I hope it gets you through this shitty ass winter. That sucks. But let's talk about some traditions for Yule. Okay.
Got it.
So
You told me these already.
I did.
Yeah, and then you told me you had to shut up.
Oh yeah, did I start telling you what I was going to be doing?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
You're doing a bonfire.
Yes. So the big thing to do on the longest night is to have your Yule log, right? And you tend it all night to celebrate the return of the light and the sun.
Yeah.
The sun. Wink, wink. See? You see how Jesus comes into it?
Yeah.
And why they were like, oh, we're celebrating the sun here? You mean S-O-N, right? Pagans? And the pagans are like, no, we're talking about that big old ball of fire up there.
And the pagans were like, I don't want to die. Uh-huh.
Sure, sounds great.
Sounds
Please
great.
don't throw me on that cross like you did him.
Yeah,
your buddy who you loved.
Yeah.
Okay.
Who you're celebrating?
Yeah. You can see why like people are scared of Christians, right? Y'all
Right.
are nuts. Anywho, I'm assuming no one here is that Christian.
Yeah.
Listening.
There's good Christians and there's bad Christians.
There's good Christians.
Sadly,
sure.
I feel bad Christians outweigh the good Christians.
I think there's just radicals in every group.
Oh, definitely. I
Like,
definitely think that there's radicals in every
like
group.
I'm sure that there are plenty of pagans who like would go into a church and laugh in their faces for putting up Christmas trees. I just drive by and laugh. Like I'm not gonna go in there and be like, excuse me.
Well, I feel like pagans more turn in on themselves. So like I haven't met any yet, but I've heard that there's these super judgy gatekeeper Wiccans, you know, out there, and they'll tell you exactly what you're supposed to do. But so there's the extremist in every group, I guess is what I'm saying.
Why were we talking about that?
Because we're talking about Yule.
My chocolate's kicking in real good.
We were talking
We're
about
talking
the
about
Yule
the
log.
sun.
Yeah, the Yule log.
Celebrating the sun. The ball of fire
Yep.
in the sky, not
Yep.
Jesus.
No, yep.
We're not talking about that sun. It's not even actually his birthday on the 25th, just so we're
No,
clear.
it definitely was not.
Can you guys imagine a Capricorn saving the world? Yeah, right. That to me is like the biggest proof that Jesus was not born on December 25th. Because I'm like, that's Capricorn season. There's no way. If you went up to a Capricorn and was like, listen, I'm really struggling and I'm blind, they'd be like, get some glasses. I got a shit to do. Like, I'm so sorry.
So like his disciples were Capricorns.
Yeah, he was not. He was nice. I think someone
until
said,
he told his mom, "Woman, don't you know I'm on God's
oh my
work?"
God. Can you imagine?
Woman.
If I don't care if you're the son of God. If you were like, woman to me, I'd be like,
Yeah.
That'd be a problem.
Jesus had his like mouth washed out with soap.
Good, as he should. I wonder if Mary, like when he was like 2 in the middle of the night and had an ear infection, if she would always be like, Jesus Christ, go to sleep, child.
Probably.
Or like, oh my God, this kid.
God, this is your son here. Can you please take your time? I'm done. I'm clocking out. It's your turn. It's your weekend with him. Take this child.
When's your daddy picking you up?
Where's my child support?
Oh my God, right? Oh my gosh. God never paid any fucking child support.
Nope.
Just got her knocked up at like 14. That whole story. Okay, listen. While we're on the subject of Jesus and Mary and that whole issue, that's the issue.
Yeah.
He was like, you know who could totally handle this? This 14-year-old girl.
Yeah.
Like God. That to me, God's a man. If that's really how that went down. Like, that's gross.
Oh, also, I know you're engaged, but now you have to explain it to him.
Yeah. Enjoy. Bye. Also, there's no rooms at that inn, but I control the universe.
Yeah.
But go ahead and have my baby in the barn. All right? Get fucked.
Yeah.
Like, what? What a shitty story. Why would you take that and, like, run with it as your brand?
Yeah.
Like, Christian church. Y'all couldn't have picked a better story to, like, really latch onto there?
It's about humble beginnings.
Right, but that's just a father not taking care of his child.
Oh, yeah. On that point, yes.
To me, that's like if.
See, the church doesn't focus on that part. They focus on Joseph was a great dad.
Yeah.
To Jesus.
But, like, they don't talk about how, like, God didn't do shit.
You don't think that Jesus was like, you ain't my dad?
Oh, my God, I bet he did. I bet, like, Joseph would be like, Jesus, you're 2 hours late. And Jesus was like, you're not my dad. Like, run to his room.
And then,
you're not my real dad.
And then Mary walks in and Jesus is like, woman?
Yeah. You know what? Mary was abused. Mary was in a narcissistic relationship with God, and he didn't take care of shit. He was not held accountable for that child. He let that child die. He did. He was like, here's what you're going to do. I'm going to put you here on this planet.
Yeah.
In the barn.
Jesus was Harry Potter.
He's a Horcrux the whole time.
He was a Horcrux. Dumbledore.
You guys, we just cracked Christianity. I knew that the Yule topic would get us going. And we haven't even talked about Yule. We just talked about Christmas and how silly it is.
God's actually Dumbledore.
No, it would be like if who's the richest man alive right now? Elon Musk?
Yeah,
Is he
I'm
the
guessing.
richest guy?
I'm
It'd
guessing.
be like if he had a kid with a 14-year-old girl and then didn't do shit for it.
Yep.
And everyone would be like, but like publicized. It was like, this is my kid. Did you know that?
Yeah.
That's my kid right there. They'd be like, hey, you know he ain't got shoes? They'd be like, yeah, fuck that kid. But that's mine.
He can do it himself.
Yeah, he'll figure it out. He got brains.
Yeah.
Like, that's what that's like.
Yeah.
Like if Elon Musk had a kid and advertised it, but like the child starved to death.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Jesus did not starve to death.
No, he was just hung on a cross for all of his brothers and sisters.
Yeah.
That That's even worse. That's Elon having 43 million other children and being like, but this fucker right here
This one has to die for
that
all
ain't got
of
no
them.
shoes, we're going to kill him.
Yeah.
Yule. It's the reason for the season. So.
Jesus died for Yule.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, Jesus did die so that we can have Yule. If Jesus died for our sins, and Yule is a sin, according to his dad.
Yeah.
Who also, Jesus was probably a little bit like, man, fuck my dad. I'll die for y'all. Fuck him.
Yeah.
I got y'all covered. So, I mean, I like Jesus.
Oh, yeah. I have nothing against Jesus.
I'm a Jesus fan. Now, do I think God was actually like his father and that's what happened with Mary? No.
Kind of suspicious. Or sus. It's sus.
I think she made the best out of whatever did happen to her. Because no matter how it happened, whether it was God, who is way too old for her, or...
He's just,
Infinite.
Infinite, yeah.
And she's 14 fucking years old. He should know better.
Yeah.
He should know better. So, you know what I'm saying, though. Like, I don't remember what I started that topic with.
Yule.
Yule!
Yay!
Man, we are going great today. It's so good. Yule. Oh, yeah, we were talking about what I'm doing for Yule. And we went onto the Yule log, and then we started talking about the sun, and we got sidetracked with Jesus.
Twice.
Sidetracked with Jesus. That should be like a segment on our show. Whenever I get off into like the, and here's why this is wrong.
On your tangent.
When we get sidetracked with Jesus. So yeah, you can do your Yule log, do a bonfire overnight. That's real fun too, especially if you've got like kids to keep them up and sit them by the fire. I like to, what we'll do is we'll have a fire with probably some hot chocolate and like food inside. Mm-hmm. And I have little tents that I can set up around the fire so he can sleep out there if he wants to.
Yeah.
And watch his iPad and stuff. Because, I mean, my kid's 9.5. So littler kids, you might just do a little fire in the fireplace. Or, another fun thing that I saw, if you perhaps don't have a fireplace, you can get you a little log. It can be small. Like it can be 6 inches of wood.
Okay. That's what he said.
If that's all it'll fit, I mean, get a bigger one if you need to. Do you, boo?
Yep.
But get you a little log and hollow out holes for tea lights.
Oh yeah, I've seen pictures of those.
And that's fine, because you know how we do. I say Yule log, I mean literally any fucking thing that you feel like lighting on fire on December 21st. You could have a Yule log of your ex's clothes.
Hell yeah.
New year, new you.
Hell yeah.
I saw at the dispensary, speaking of that.
What?
They said we're taking gently used coats. And I was like, ooh, I got a bunch of those.
Oh.
But I won't.
No.
I guess. But you do get 5% off.
Damn.
Bring in a few. Coat? Yeah, per coat. And so I was like, okay, let me think about that, actually.
I mean, he's not going to miss 1.
Or 5. And I deserve to save money.
Not only that, but he was a hoarder. So some of those are probably like 3XL. And he doesn't need that.
Exactly. Yeah, because...
or extra small.
Yeah. But yeah, so... But that's another thing you can do, too. Donate things to people to help them get through the winter, because that was a big part of the celebration, too. Like, as a village, coming together and saying, all right, do you need like 140-something birds over these next 12 days? Is that what you need to get through the winter?
That's a lot of fucking birds.
Well, you got 12 kids. 1 for each day of Yule.
Yeah.
So, but it was kind of also the last time that everyone came together before the like harshness of winter sets in. Because you think, technically we're still in fall right now, and here in Florida it's still pretty mild.
Yes. It's mild all year for the most part.
Right, but
we
obviously...
get 2 days of winter.
Obviously there are places that have already gotten hit by snow, but it's not anything compared to what it'll be in February.
Yes.
We know from horticulture, February is when it's like actually freezing.
Do not get lavender.
Yeah, don't.
In February.
Actually, if you guys could, if everyone could just stop wanting lavender at all, I think that'd be best, because it doesn't ship well in the summer or in the winter. So just stop with the lavender. Go to France and pick it yourself.
Oh, wow, that's pretty extreme.
I'm tired of it.
How the fuck are they supposed to get back over here then?
Swim. I don't know. Call Jesus, see if he'll run you over.
Or at least try not to get your lavender from across the country.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you own a greenhouse, stop ordering lavender, please.
Just hold off 1 month, maybe 2. Just one.
You want it to ship in March.
Yeah.
Late March.
Yeah.
Early April. Not any later.
Nope.
Or earlier.
That's it.
And not in the fall. Because it might be too dry.
I don't know. Anyway.
Anyhoozle.
Lavender.
Are we still talking about Yule?
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, yeah. Yule stuff that I'm going to do. You can get your Yule log. You can do that. I also saw there's this show called Anne with an E. And this woman, people who are familiar with Anne with Green Gables, Diana's aunt, she throws this huge, lavish flower party for Yule, and she brings like coconut treats and mango stuff, and it's very tropical and like that. And it's basically just like, it's literally the worst, coldest time of the year. But remember how sometimes it's not?
Got it.
And I thought that was really, really good. I liked that.
I've seen a ton of Christmas palm trees here in Florida.
Yeah.
That's what we do.
Yeah. But it is fun to throw like a summer party for Yule. Because it's just a kind of reminder, like, don't forget though, even though we've got 3 months of freezing cold.
There is a sun, S-O-N, not S-U-N, or S-U-N instead of S-O-N.
Yeah.
Whichever one.
Yeah.
There is both, actually.
I have a son.
There's 3. We'll just say 3.
Okay.
It's
like the Holy Ghost.
Yeah, it's a trinity.
I love
a trilogy.
or
whatever.
I can't talk about Jesus anymore because I could talk about Jesus all day and how none of it makes sense to me. But that's fine. So
you'll log, donate coats.
Yeah.
Maybe your exes.
Yeah. Get rid of old shit. Guh. You've also got your decorations, your tree, your mistletoe. All of these are for like fertility and bringing fertility into the coming year.
Because you want to know what happens in winter? Cuddling.
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
It's because now it's time to go home with your wife for 3 months and don't leave the house.
Yeah. And it's totally okay because you can't do nothing else.
Yeah, there's nothing else to do. That's why there's so many freaking Libras and Scorpios and Virgos.
Maybe.
That's why there's always so many fall birthdays. Is because people in January and February are getting freaky because they're stuck at home.
Or like, all the babies that happened after COVID.
Yeah.
Or during 9 months after a hurricane.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what like if Jack Nicholson wasn't a psychopath in The Shining, that's what would have actually happened.
Yeah.
They would have come out of that pregnant, not like him dead in the snow.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if he even dies.
I think he does.
I know he's in the snow, and that looks gross. I hate snow. What else can you do for Yule? So you get a big old feast, right? Because we're really excited that we're finally at the shortest day of the year, and now we're getting back to normal human time. And then you do your gifts and sharing and caring.
Because sharing is caring.
Yeah. And you are warm and cozy. Have you heard of the hygge?
Hygge?
Or Hygge? The Danish art of happiness?
No, I have not heard of that.
Well, they talk about like how important it is to, in the winter, make sure that you're feeling the cozy because of seasonal depression and how bad it is.
Oh yeah, I think you were telling me that.
Yeah. And so, but a lot of those feeling the cozy and like, it all makes a lot of sense when you look at it from a spicy astrology or a spicy psychology standpoint,
Yep.
Like, of course you want warm drinks and yummy soup and cake.
Cake? Yeah.
So give yourself those things and have a wonderful Yule. And I'm going to talk about it again next time.
Yay!
More.
Okay.
And that's all I have to say about
That's all you got. That's all you got. What?
That was a lot.
Well, it didn't help that we were going around in circles.
Talking about The Shining and Jesus.
The Shining
frequently
and Jesus.
confused subjects.
Yeah. I hear those two in the same conversation all the time.
I can't talk about Jesus without referencing The Shining.
What?
Because here's Johnny. Okay. Your turn.
Okay. Okay, so today I am doing a true crime story.
Dun, 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 dun.
Today we are talking, or tonight, wherever you are, whatever you're. Wait, actually, forgot. It's close to Yule. It's probably night. So
It's always
tonight,
fucking night.
we're talking about Sean Dugas. He was born in 1982 and lived in Gulf Breeze his whole life. He started to work at the Pensacola News Journal in 2005 and eventually started to work as a reporter until 2010. And Sean was described as bohemian, eclectic. Ooh, that was a hard word. Unique and a free spirit. He was also super sweet and nice and caring.
Was he hot?
No.
Oh.
I mean, he had dreads, which is not my thing. So, I mean, if you like dreads, he was good looking.
No.
And you can see his personality through the videos that the Pensacola News Journal posted on their website of him like interviewing Santa Claus or checking out the Pensacola fair or asking people what's their favorite candy for Mardi Gras. Like he had this really great personality. And from an early age, Sean loved playing a fantasy role-playing game for the game Magic the Gathering.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I went to a nerd high school. I know all the card games.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, we had like magic clubs at my school.
Yeah.
Magic the Gathering Club.
That one of the shows that I watched, it was called See No Evil or something like that. It was talking basically the show's basis is security cameras catching the murderers.
Crazy shit?
Yeah, the murderers of these shows, and like basically that's how they got caught was because of security cameras and whatever. So,
I love security cameras.
so what was I talking about? Oh, but the reason why I was bringing up that show is because they were calling the cards for Magic the Gathering cardboard crack.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, yeah.
Really?
The kids who would I never got into it, but I just remember them being like they were really intense about it.
Yeah.
They would so little bit of a story time, but our buses would take us from all over Austin over to the school, and we dropped off at the middle school first. The middle school started at like 7, but our school didn't start until about 9. So we'd get dropped off at school at like 7 because they would get dropped off 30 minutes early.
Got it.
So we had like 2 hours every morning. But anywho, the Magic the Gathering kids, I remember, would be playing in the mornings, and yelling about it.
Yeah.
And it would be like, my guys, it's 7:15 in the morning.
Too much. Y'all did not take a shot of espresso for this.
I'm just like, damn. It's 7 a.m.
Yeah.
Magic the Gathering.
Thanks. But he played this game from when he was a kid, and he had 2 friends which were twins. That was called William Comer the third, and then he had his twin brother Christopher.
Oh my gosh, that would suck ass. To have a twin, one of them's named after the father, and the other one's like, and Chris.
Yeah, and Chris.
Which one's your favorite?
Right. Though, I mean, I'm pretty sure it was pretty
Probably
logical.
Chris.
And it was like, William probably was born first.
Maybe.
But then, what if they got switched at birth?
You don't know.
You don't know.
Yeah.
You don't know.
You can't tell them kids apart. I don't know which of them kittens was born first.
Yeah. It was mine.
And they're all marked different.
Yeah, right.
Like, I don't fucking
We probably
know.
have videos of it or something. No,
Probably
we were
somewhere.
chatting the whole time. We didn't actually do videos.
No, I was in a meeting.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I was in a freaking meeting while Maggie was having babies under my desk this last time. I was annoyed as hell.
Yay for working from home, though.
Yeah. I said in the meeting, I was like, look, if you hear anything weird, my cat's having kittens right underneath my desk.
Mm-hmm.
Anywho. Scott.
But-
was that his name? Scott or Sean?
No, yeah. Sean,
Okay.
Chris, and Will.
Yeah.
Those are their friends.
Yeah.
And sometime during their school years, middle school, high school, I don't remember which one, William and Chris moved away to go to Georgia with their father. I forgot what show I was watching because I watched a couple shows about this. And one was saying that Will and Chris's dad was an owner of a illegal brothel or something, and that their mom was like an actual call girl, and that she got arrested. It was like a whole background story.
Oh my
But
gosh.
I didn't find any of that in articles that I was reading. So
Those poor kids were just using Magic the Gathering to escape their terrifying home life.
yeah. But it was kind of like kind of a rift between the twins and Sean, because Sean had a a more
Stable.
stable, family life. He had more money to spend on his games.
On his
And
cardboard crack.
yeah, on his cardboard crack. He spent like all the money. It was like, shoot me up right now. I need a, I need a, I need a, I have a fix to itch or whatever.
And a what?
A fix to itch or itch
Oh my
to fix or
gosh.
whatever. Okay, I only smoke weed, y'all, and drink. But anyway, they moved up to Georgia, the twins, and they still stayed in contact with Sean. And then, around this time, Sean started working for the Pensacola News Journal. They came down and was staying with him for a bit, and he was still kind of like living his life. He actually was. They were overstaying.
Oh, awkward.
Yeah, with him,
Mhm.
and so 3 days he like went and stayed with like a friend, and so then he came and anyway, so like there was kind of some stuff going on before.
Yeah. A little bit of ick.
Yeah, before Sean came back to the house.
Yeah.
Sorry, y'all. I didn't finish my notes. I have information in my notes that I can use, but it's very unorganized. That's what happens when you take a drive from Fort where was I? Orlando to Fort Walton. Sean had a lunch date with another friend who was supposed to come over, and I guess his phone got lost or something, and so he called her from William's phone or Chris's phone and said, "Hey, are we still on for our lunch in an hour and a half?" And she's like, "Yeah, of course, I'll see you then." So she comes to the house. William opens the door, and she's like, "Hey, is Sean there?" And William was like, "No, he's not here." She's
That's
like,
suspicious.
"Yep, that's suspicious." And so she was like, "Okay." And so she left, and she was like, "That's kind of weird." Also, for some reason, See No Evil, the show, was saying like this was during Hurricane Isaac, so Sean's friend was very busy, but she made time to go by there. Hurricane Isaac hit Louisiana and was only a Category 1.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I feel like I remember Isaac, and it was like not that big of a deal.
We were not preparing. We were like, "What? Okay, let me grab some snacks just in case power goes out." Like, that's literally how Floridians get ready for these hurricanes. Anyway.
Toilet paper. Water.
Yeah, toilet paper, water, snacks. Some batteries, maybe a lamp. Double check your batteries on your... Yeah, okay. That's how we deal with Category 1s that are not going to hit us. His friend, I don't know what her name is. I'm going to call her Linda. I know it's not Linda, but she wasn't in any of my notes.
Listen, Linda.
Listen, Linda. Linda, listen. So she came back to the house a couple of days later.
Yeah.
And knocked on the door. No one's there. She looks in the window. Everything is out of the house. Like, it's empty. There's only a TV in the living room. That's it. And so she goes to the neighbors and she's like, "Hey, what's going on?" And the neighbor was like, "Oh, Sean's friends were moving his stuff out of the house. They said he was moving. Kind of sucks." And so it was very weird. At that point, she files a missing person report.
Nice. Good job, Linda.
Yeah. So this is what happened.
What happened was...
I'm going to just come in with what actually happened instead of what was insinuated and all that stuff. The day that Linda came over for lunch, Sean was already dead.
Oh?
In the garage.
Oh?
Will and Chris left him in the garage with head trauma because Will hit him with the hammer. Like, killed him.
Oh my gosh.
And
I'm not surprised that it was Will.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be Chris. Chris was just the second kid.
Yeah.
Of course it's fucking Will.
And this is something that came up in the court cases too, because Will was kind of the leader of the twins.
Yeah.
And Chris just kind of followed along.
Probably because he was named after his daddy, and his daddy told him all sorts of stupid shit.
Yeah. Like, you're the third.
Yeah, William.
William the third.
Yeah, he probably babied Chris and made William really hard and then made William like the big brother and Chris was the little brother and then William had anger issues because he was never taught to be a child.
Yeah. So I was getting conflicting information on exactly what happened because, needless to say, all of the articles that I was reading was using the last name. So like they weren't using like Will and Chris.
Oh, that's annoying.
They were using Cromer.
Yeah.
Cromer said this. Cromer said this. So I might get some of the information wrong. But Chris, when they went to court, let me take that back. I'm going to hold on to that information for a minute. So what ended up happening was Sean was in the garage. He was dead. William and Chris, well, actually, William grabbed a handful of Magic the Gathering cards and ran out and left Sean there for 3 days. And what they did with these cards were they sold them.
Oh my gosh.
They sold the cards, went to Georgia, took their dad to Dragon Con, sold some more cards. Then after that, they went back to Pensacola or Gulf Breeze, wherever, and loaded everything up in the U-Haul that they rented with the assumption that, or under the story of they're helping Sean move.
Yeah.
And got a garbage can, threw Sean's body in the garbage can and put it in the U-Haul with all his stuff. And then they were like gradually selling stuff. They also bought 2 cars with this money that they were making.
Off of the Magic cards?
Off the Magic cards and off of
all his other crap?
His crap. But the thing is, his Magic cards were worth $100,000.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Because he had like a whole bookshelf of all these cards that he's been collecting his whole life.
And they, oh my gosh.
And a lot of them were custom cards because I was watching one of the videos and they said that a lot of times what the artist of the card would do if you give them the card during like Pensacon or whatever and ask for them to do a new design. So they'll do the same kind of card but like with a different design. So like this 3-headed snake might become the Kardashians or something.
Yeah.
And so he had a lot of those cards, a lot of cards signed by the artist. He had one card that was signed by the actual maker of Magic the Gathering.
Oh my gosh.
So like his cards were worth a lot. And a lot of the stories are like, oh, he was killed for those cards. That there's kind of some different stories on the reason why they killed Sean. Part of it was they were wanting to sell the cards. It could be that they got in a fight because they've been staying at his house and Sean's like, I want to stay home. Y'all gotta go.
Yeah.
It could have been that, like, I don't know. Like, I think
they could have been on drugs.
They could have been on drugs. So anyway, Sean is dead in the U-Haul. They take it up to Georgia where their dad lives. And they buy stuff to bury Sean. And so they told their dad that they were actually going to do a fire pit or like a grilling pit or something. And so they have a neighbor's kid dig the hole.
Oh my gosh. They outsourced the hole? The digging of the hole?
Yeah.
Like, do it yourself. You already murdered the guy.
And so
go all the way.
So when William II, the dad, comes by, he's like, what's going on? And the kid's like, well, they told me to dig this. They're going to build something here. And so the kid didn't even finish it. William had to finish it. And so William finished digging it, buried Sean in this little shallow grave, and did a concrete slab on it.
Yeah.
And that's where See No Evil came in, because they had videos of William and Chris at the U-Haul place renting the U-Haul. So like if Sean was asking them to help him move, why are they the only ones being seen there? Yeah. And then also they got surveillance cameras of the cement, the shovels, like all the stuff that they needed to actually bury Sean. And their dad said that when they pulled up the U-Haul, they opened the door and it stunk really bad because obviously there's
a dead body in there.
A 4-day, 5-day old, dead body in there. And they were like, oh, we hit a dog, so we put it in the back of the truck. And, like,
Nobody does that.
no one does that.
No one does that.
But, like, then they were like, oh, well, it's a friend's dog, so, like, we didn't want to just leave it on the side of the road.
Oh, my goodness.
So, like, they were, like, not keeping to the same story. So,
Which you would think twins would be able to do that.
yeah.
Like, of all people. I feel like if you and I were having to come up with a story on the spot, we could do it. Because we would just go with whatever I would just agree with you.
Yeah.
What, like you would think that twins would be able to pick that up.
Yeah. Something.
Morons.
Something.
Men.
So when
That's
they
what
went
it
to,
is.
when
They're
they went to
men.
DragonCon, they were selling the cards and they were making contact with a lot of people. So they were able to sell these high-end cards, but even they were selling them for a lower rate
Yeah.
than what they could have gotten. And so they sold all the cards, all the stuff was, and so back in Pensacola, the cops are kind of following the trails of these teens. They find out that Sean is not actually behind all these things. And so they got the video of the U-Haul plays. They were like, okay, these people, they talked to people and people were like, hey, yeah, we know these twins. They were following, the steps. And so they call William II, the dad, and said, hey, we're looking for your sons. And his dad was like, don't know where they are. And he hung up the phone.
Mm.
In the court case, he testifies that after the phone call, he went into the room where his sons were and said, why are the cops calling? What the fuck did you do?
Yeah.
And they got really stressed out and they said, we need to dig up what we buried. And that's when the dad found out.
Oh my gosh.
So then the dad calls back and says, my sons are here. Y'all need to get here right now.
Yeah.
And so they dug up the cement, they dug up the ground, they dug up all the stuff, and they found his body, Sean's body. And needless to say, it was very gross. It was very...
Can you believe that people worry about their kids being gay?
Yeah.
Like, I bet that dad is like, man, I fucking wish my kids were gay.
Yeah, right?
I wish that would have been the big moment.
Yeah.
Not, we accidentally buried a dead body in the backyard, Dad.
Yeah, and this was, like, only within, like, 5 days.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a very short time between when Sean died and when
They were found out.
Yeah, the guys got picked up.
Because they weren't even good at it.
Yeah.
Like, that's the more disappointing part. Not only did you kill someone, but you're such a moron, you can't get away with it.
Yeah. And so then they come back to Pensacola. They have to go to court. They, ended up being a 4-day trial. And, of course, the boys kind of turn on each other at this point.
I'm so disappointed in these twins.
Yeah. So William was saying that Christopher is the one who did it. And Christopher is trying to say that he didn't even know Sean was dead. He said that his brother told him that, let me take that a step back. So Christopher was saying that William had a letter from Sean saying to help him move. And so William thought this was like all over the, above board.
Yeah.
And that they were just helping Sean move this stuff to sell Sean stuff. So he was like, I knew nothing about this.
Mm.
And then his brother was like, oh no, he's the one who killed them.
Oh my gosh.
And William was tried before Christopher. So basically, William's team was just trying to cast doubt.
Right.
On it could be his brother. You don't know.
Oh my gosh, but both teams could totally do that. They could be like, the DNA and evidence means nothing, because it doesn't.
Yeah.
If they're identical.
Yeah.
Do identical twins have the same fingerprints? No.
No, I don't think so.
Surely not.
No, I think they do. I think they just don't have the same DNA.
No, they do have the same DNA.
No, they don't.
No, if you do a paternity test, like, you couldn't tell. Facts. Because this was on Maury.
Oh, I don't remember.
Or Jerry Springer, one of them. One of them where they were like, you were not the father. You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
But this one, they were like, we have no fucking clue which one of you is the father because you're twins.
Yeah.
Sorry. But they could totally do that for this with the murder, especially if they're tried separately. Of course, I guess you would try them separately.
Yeah. Okay, I take that back about so this murder happened August 31st, 2012. And they found his body October 8th, 2012. So it took a couple months.
Yeah.
That's actually really good for Pensacola Beach.
Yeah.
So,
although Gulf Breeze, is it proper? Gulf Breeze proper?
I have
like, is it the Gulf Breeze police or is it the Santa Rosa Sheriff?
I
Because
have
both
no
of them
idea.
is rude.
I have no idea who actually did this. But the jury deliberated less than 2 hours before finding William Connor III guilty of bludgeoning Sean to death. And then the judge sentenced William to life in prison without parole. Christopher was sentenced to 15 years in prison on charges of being an accessory to the robbery and murder of Sean. Because there was also a story that Christopher actually saw his brother hit Sean with the hammer. And then
maybe he did psychically because they're twins.
Yes.
Maybe he psychically controlled his brother to hit him with a hammer.
That's very sci-fi.
The plot thickens. Ooh, this could be a book.
It could be a book, for
Hot
sure.
dog. Nobody steal my idea, okay?
Okay. Copyrighted.
Copyright right now.
Okay. And so both of those were maximum sentences for their crimes that they committed. And that is it.
That's it.
That's the
Poor
story.
Scott, Sean, whatever his name is.
Sean.
That's really like uncool. What horrible twins.
But I was getting super frustrated with the shows because all the shows were like, oh, it's because of Magic the Gathering. It's cardboard crack. And I was like, y'all, he had a whole house full of furniture.
Yeah, but some of those cards.
I mean, yeah, some of those cards were like worth a lot, but I don't think like, I don't know. I feel like they could have just, if they were friends with him, they probably could have took him slowly and not killed anyone.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm sorry. Okay. If I was going to steal from you, Denah, I would know when you have your therapy appointments or when you
have living with him.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
It would be so easy to just slowly steal from him without having to get your hands all dirty.
Or just take them and leave. Deuces.
Yeah.
You
What's he
didn't
gonna
have
do?
to
Follow you?
Yeah.
No. He ain't gonna follow you, twins. He wants y'all out of his house.
Yeah.
If you leave, he's gonna be like, hell yeah. And then 3 weeks later, he's gonna be like, shit, where's that card at?
But yeah, so we don't really know the story, I don't think.
I bet it was an argument.
Yeah.
And then once he was dead, they were like, well, he's already dead.
Let's take their stuff.
Might as well get all this shit up out of here for us.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
That makes sense.
Thank you for listening. We release a new episode every Monday, so roll one and meet us back here next week for more spooky and witchy shit. In the meantime, check out our Instagram, the Spooky Stonerzzz podcast. That is Stonerzzz with 3 Z's. If you would like to contact us about your personal true crime or paranormal story, or if there is a subject you would like us to cover, you can email us at thespookystonerzzpodcast@gmail.com. Again, that is Stonerzzz with 3 Z's. So, we will see you next Monday, and in the meantime, smoke on, spooky.